Morning, Melbourne. Let's say hello to our next guest.
Introducing our next guest. He's a comedian, actor, television presenter, and all-round funny man, all the way from London.
I accidentally hit a kid skiing. To be fair to me, right, this little cut straight in front of me in the line for the buffet, and I just lashed out.
Here in Australia, possibly to escape assault charges, please welcome to the show, Jack Whitehall.
Hey.
Good morning.
How are you?
Morning.
Good.
Morning.
How are you?
Yeah, very good.
How long have you been in Australia now?
I've been here for 3 weeks on tour with
you
my parents.
Recovered from the
So I'm very
jet lag?
excited to be here because I'm excited to not be with them because I've been having breakfast, lunch
you
and
get the
dinner
big-
with my mum and dad every day for 3 weeks.
Do you get the big family room at the hotel?
No, because genuinely what happens when we go to hotels is they seem to somehow always get there first and then they get the best room.
They get the
and then
upgrade.
they
Smart.
get the upgrade and I go and look at their room normally because my dad's called me because he can't turn the lights on.
Right.
And then I'll go in there and realise that they've got the big room and they always get the number one dressing room as well. So I just get mugged off everywhere we go.
I mean, we see you travel with your dad a lot. How do you go travelling with mum? Who's
She
more
seems
high
like a
maintenance? Yeah.
Yeah, she's good. She's very useful. I mean, because I couldn't do it without him. She man marks him basically, and yeah, we sort of like tag team Michael Whitehall duties because it is like traveling with a sort of minor royal when you're with him.
Yes.
Which is actually quite good as well in some ways because it means you can sort of hide behind his diva-ishness.
Yeah.
So I would always feel like bad about making demands and insisting on like, you know, limousines and 5-star hotels.
What's he
but I
asked
could
for?
go, yeah, well, it's Michael. Michael just, you know, he needs to
Dad wants
have a
it.
certain
That's
level
high
of
maintenance.
luxury and he's so high maintenance. And then
I mean, you sort of
get
are
the
like the royal
residuals.
family.
Yeah.
Do you
Yeah.
know the royals?
I know, I've come into contact with a
hung
couple
out
of them
with
in the past. I was quite good friends with Harry back in the day,
has
pre-Meghan,
he-
when he was a tearaway.
Right.
Yeah, but I
Oh,
got
Has he
you
caught.
dropped
weren't there
you?
when he was
Yeah, I was
nude in
dropped.
Vegas or anything, were you? You weren't
No,
part of that
annoyingly,
group.
I wasn't there for the naked billiards.
Damn.
Wait, did
but I
he
had a
drop
few
you
nights
when
out
he was
with
with Meghan? Is that true that he dropped his mates?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say it part of the inner circle, to go back to a Vegas analogy. But no, I had a few nights out with him
Fun.
when he was,
He seems
was
like
quite
a
fun.
loose unit.
He
as
seems
well.
fun.
Yeah, he was.
You two
yeah.
would be fun together.
Yeah,
What about your
I'm
dad?
retired from that as well now. I'm a dad.
He's
So
a
I
dad.
do
Look,
that.
we're
Yeah, I'm a
both
dad.
dads.
You never
We're
retire
responsible.
from that, surely.
No.
Harry's not retired from it. You're not
Yeah,
retired
there's still a
from it.
demon inside me.
You'd be still good on the lash.
Yeah.
Surely.
Do you have to beg for a night out now, though?
They are definitely a little bit more negotiated
Yeah.
and cashed out at the Bank of Mutual Resentment.
I just sent my wife away for a girls' weekend. I'm like, take 2 nights, babe, because I know there's a potential boys' weekend coming up.
Oh,
So I'm just
right.
like,
You
lay
put them in the
groundwork.
credits in the
Yeah,
bank.
lay the groundwork.
Yeah.
But I mean, your dad never really grew up.
No. I mean, I don't know. He sort of doesn't go out and like get loose and go on the sesh, but he's just sort of remains like a sort of gentle level of drunk all of the time now.
Really?
He's just, constantly like imbibing on this
He's, I reckon I'll be like his dad when I'm older. Just grumpy and just,
What do you mean when you're older?
Okay, all right.
Well,
Hey,
he has the best rider because my rider is like 1 can of Diet Coke. And
What's he asked for?
He has 3 bottles of Laurent Perrier champagne.
Oh, that's one of my
And
favourites.
a defibrillator in every dressing room. But he genuinely has to have this champagne because he always claims, he goes, oh no, I need champagne in the dressing room in case we're entertaining. I was like, entertaining who? And he went, friends, if I have friends to one of the shows.
I get it.
I was like, you have one friend, okay? His name is Neil Stacey and he lives in Bath in England, right? So if we're in Bath and we're doing a show there, by all means have 3 bottles of champagne.
But
you don't
nowhere
know
else.
anyone in Wollongong. Like, you're not going to have friends
you
there.
don't know that.
But he might. You never know.
My mum does. My mum seems to know everyone in Australia. Her guest list is
Really?
insane. Everywhere we
Mum.
go. And it's always like like cousins, but they're not cousins. They're cousins like 5 times removed. Or she loves inviting like old nannies. Like, I swear, they did no parenting at all. Because I have met 30 nannies on this tour. And every time I come into a dressing room after the show, they're there with the 2 bottles of champagne open. And they're like, this is Narelle. She changed your nappy.
Is there anything worse than my mum does it too? She says, you remember this lady? And you just stand there going, no, Mum, I don't. And now it's 10 times worse.
Yeah, I was 1 year old. I do not
Yeah.
remember her.
Can
No.
I bring up your mum's relationship with Harry Styles? I remember this famously happening at the Brit Awards a couple of years back.
I brought my mum with me.
Hillary. How is Hillary?
Hillary, she's good. It's weird that you know her name. She's over there, probably throwing herself at Rod Stewart. No, Harry, sit down.
Harry and Mum got history.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they had a
Careful.
night
Rendezvous?
together. I was going to say they didn't have a night together, but they met at one of those award shows.
Right.
And, she was very enamoured.
You've got the Brits coming up again, I believe.
Yeah.
Did you watch any of the Grammys yesterday?
I've watched a couple of clips and have basically spent the last couple of weeks trying to just educate myself on modern music because it's been a couple of years since I did the Brits and I feel so out of touch.
I can't imagine a scarier job than hosting one of those events.
Yeah, what's it like?
Yeah, I mean, they're all pretty hammered. So I kind of realised early doors that if you just did it for the television audience at home and just accepted that you're both on slightly like parallel experiences in the room.
Don't rely on the crowd.
Yeah, because you're not going to get a lot out of them. But you can chuck a couple of stray bullets in their direction as well, and no one really realizes what's going on. So I think that insulated me a little bit. From
Hey,
it was a tough gig.
How was the Melbourne crowd last night? You and
Yeah,
Dad did
great.
a live show last
Yeah,
night.
yeah,
You got
yeah.
another one tonight.
Yeah.
We'll put up the link on our socials for you to get last minute tickets.
But as a guy from the UK, how are you coping with this heat? Because the Brits don't like the heat. You're not used to it. Have you?
Yeah, I mean,
Lots
it's
of
quite
sunscreen.
intense. We've sort of been followed around by like a cloud. Everywhere we've gone, it's been grey and miserable. And everyone's like, oh, I'm so sorry you've had this terrible weather. And we're like, no, this is fine. This fits with us and our general temperament. But now it's got hot. It's quite intense, especially because my dad does insist on wearing a suit everywhere.
Yes.
So
Really?
he's like
Oh,
melting.
No.
Yeah.
I'm just like, stick on some thongs and board shorts. But he refuses.
Did he get his budgie smugglers? I saw him at the shop the other day looking at budgie
I don't
smugglers.
think you can smuggle a budgie of that nature. Like, he's reached an age now where you have to tuck it into your sock.
Yeah, right.
Sorry to put that image in your head.
No,
It's
that's
quite-
all right.
It's what, 7:36? That feels too old to be talking about my father's genitals. The show is essentially just me making jokes about his willy for
So we're not
2
going to see any
hours.
pap shots of your dad with the rig out down at St Kilda Beach
No,
or anything?
no,
Yeah, right,
he hasn't
okay.
got a rig to be proud of,
Yeah,
unlike
but-
this gentleman still. It's,
no.
wow, I've just seen some photographs.
I'm
so impressed.
Do you
It's
realise
so
that's
impressed.
all we'll hear about now for the rest of the
Oh my
day?
gosh.
Jack
so a
walked
bit
in
of
the
a
studio.
peek behind
yeah.
the scenes.
Yeah, there it is. There
There it
We've
is.
actually got a large cardboard cutout
Unbelievable.
of it.
Oh,
in our...
God, can someone go and
Look
get
at
the
that. It's
cardboard?
like a cobbled street.
So,
You couldn't walk down those abs in a wedged heel.
last year, Clint did the full shoot for Men's Health.
Everybody knows
Really?
because
Yeah.
he talked about it
Oh
for
my
the
God.
whole year.
We've got a going away gift for you. Can
Oh,
we give him
yeah.
the...
It's on the way.
If you
So,
want.
and on the front of, we've all got our own little folders for our preparation, which none of us ever really read. But the producers put a lot of effort into it.
It's sort of like a surfboard. You
Jack-
might need to put it in oversized.
my-
Yeah.
On the front of Clint's is him
Wow.
with his rig out,
There
and
it
Jack
is.
walked straight in and said, "Great rig."
Great rig.
Do you want to take that with you on the plane?
Yeah, I will take that with me.
A giant cardboard
You
cutout
might
of
need
Clint.
to declare that at Heathrow.
Yeah. That is very impressive.
You'd
Anyway.
like to sign my stomach.
Yeah.
Hey,
Your abs, you mean?
Jack, we love you and your family. We were saying earlier, like, honestly, we are jealous that you get to
It's
do
okay.
this.
You don't need to hold it.
Thank
It's
you.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Just mesmerised by it.
We're jealous you get to do this with your fam. We've loved your shows. And tonight, if you want tickets, we'll put the link on our socials. Thanks so much for coming in this
Yeah,
morning,
thank
mate.
you. I'm literally going to go straight for a pump now. I've
Yeah.
been inspired.
Thank
He's
you,
off
Jack.
to do some push-ups.
Oh, God.
Have a great time in Australia. We
Yeah.
love having you here.
This is a great sort of visual image. You holding the cardboard cutout
Just
of
myself.
yourself.
Exactly.
He takes
a
it
bit
with
embarrassing,
He takes
isn't
it with him everywhere. Jack Whitehall on the air with us this morning. It has just gone 22 to 8.
Gonna be a good day.
Jason Lauren. Jason Lauren.
Wake up feeling good.
On Nova 100.
Jason Lauren.
Follow them on socials.